So I just completed episode 3, session 3 of Dungeons & Dragons Arbor Adventure, which I'm using Crown and Skull for the rule set for. And I just wanted to let update you on what happened in session 3. So, first of all, we got the empath assassin's name. His name is Drolus, right? So Drolus is working with Dragon Warrior Grax. And what was really cool in this session is we actually spent some time, so this was session 3, right? And the Gold Dragon Master actually learned what was necessary for hit points in Crown and Skull, and realizing very clearly, like, he had unused skill slots, unused equipment slots, right? And so what was really fascinating is he goes to Barthens Provisions, and I absolutely love this. So this is Barthens Provisions, and this is the actual general store in Phandalin, which is core, default town. Phandalin is not a city. Phandalin is a town, right? And I just love the size of it. I love the scope of it, right? And so he goes to Barthens Provisions, and he now needs to buy 4 pieces of equipment, because without these 4 pieces of equipment, he's missing 4 of 20 hit points. In Crown and Skull, you have maximum 20 hit points, right? Rules is written 50-point character. You have 10 hit points from equipment. And so he only had put 6 pieces of equipment down. And so he goes in, and at this point, he's an empath assassin, right? So he wants to retain this I'm a townie look, right? And not look like an adventurer. And that means he chose not to have a backpack, right? So in order to fill out his equipment, he chose a bell, a book, an oil flask, and an ink pen, right? Now, what's interesting is the way we have modified, we are running, it's Crown and Skull, and Crown and Skull is exactly like Dungeons & Dragons. Like, hey, you make the rules are in charge, not you, right? And so one of the things, the rules are in charge. You're in charge, not the rule. You are in charge, right? You can make the rules as you need them, right? Page 4 of the Dungeon Master Guide, right? And so, so he bought these small pieces of precision because he knows he's going into a fight, right, at this point. And actually, he's already had his first combat. But I absolutely love that he bought a bell, a book, an oil flask, and an ink pen, And he bought them because he needed them as to be destroyed, right? But what's wild is, as this character grows, he's learning exactly what the dangers of this world is, and he's having to make decisions, right? And you can hear the pain in his voice when he makes these decisions, like, I want to do this, but I want to do that. And the strain of Dungeons & Dragons, the strain of Crown and Skull, is having to make these tough decisions, right? And these really brutal decisions about understanding, how do I squeeze the most power, the most danger, the most awesome, the most epic out of my character, right? And Crown and Skull just does this so beautifully, but it is pairing like a fine wine with Dungeons & Dragons. And I just wanted to tell you that exciting part from Barthens Provisions today. Thank you very much for letting me share this with you. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion about Arbor Adventures. The important part is when I hear your humble opinion about Arbor Adventures, or whatever else you would like to tell me your opinion on today, please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.